this week, it occurred to me that with all of the videos I have done on inherent self-worth versus the outside sources of self-esteem, keep in mind ESA. E is for esteem, A is for achievements, S is for society, the final A is for attributes and assets. Outside sources versus inherent self-worth or self-esteem, which I think are the same thing. I have worth because I was born. I am enough and I matter. I stand equal to all, eye to eye and toe to toe. Why don't we believe that? It occurred to me this week that in my videos with the education that I'm giving you on these outside sources and what they are and how they show up for us and all these examples I can give you about how they show up for us and how I want you looking at the world through this new lens, I have never explained why it doesn't come naturally. Why we adults and or our children, some of you watching have children that you want to hear my message. People have told me that. Why don't we believe that? This is going to be harder information for the parents to hear. I myself am a parent as well. So just heads up, I'm going to hit you, and I'm hoping to hit you softly, not hard. We don't believe this because the only way in adulthood to believe your inherent worth is to have had unconditional love in childhood. And I've said this before, and I will repeat this forever. I have yet to meet anyone, personally or professionally, who has that. I've yet to meet anyone who believes they have inherent worth, which means by definition, I have not yet met the person professionally or personally who got unconditional love in childhood. And there are many reasons around that. One is that our parents are human. Were if they've passed away, but are. Our parents are human. They are flawed. They made mistakes. And in those mistakes, some on purpose, they accidentally taught us that their love for us was conditional. Again, for some people, that's on purpose. Okay, that's a whole different ballgame. I can tell you honestly, for me, it's an accident. The fact that I'm teaching my children that my love for them is conditional is an accident. We also have to keep in mind a child's perspective of the world. My son firmly believes, he's 10 years old, firmly believes that when we set a limit with him, turn off the TV when he doesn't want us to, send him to bed, he's 10, when he doesn't want to go to bed, those are limits. When we set a limit with him, it means we don't love him. So there are conditions. The only way he will believe that it's unconditional love is when we give him no limits. And that's not the truth anyway. So we have to keep in mind a child's perspective. A child may not perceive unconditional love, even if unconditional love is going towards them. And I would say as a parent, it is very difficult to show unconditional love because we are human. And I'm not saying I have conditions on my love for my children. I don't. I still love them even when I'm frustrated with them, as I'm guessing many of you do as well. They just don't always see that unconditional love coming through when we are human and frustrated with them. So what happens for a child through their perception is they can see our attention and our happiness with them and misinterpret that. So for example, Michael, my 10-year-old, is on cross country at his school for the first time ever this year. It's the first time he was able to. Fifth grade is open at this school to cross country. So he joined it and he did really well in his first meet this week. So we were very excited and proud of him and blah, blah, blah. And he misinterpreted that excitement that we felt for him and how proud we were and how we ran to him at the finish line and hugged him and said, congratulations. He may misinterpret that as, or believe, whether it's interpreted or not, he may believe my parents only love me when I achieve. My parents only love me when I achieve, when I win, when I do well at my sport. He also, this was a big week for him. He's been in soccer for 4 years and he's not very good at soccer, but he's been in soccer for 4 years. And last Saturday he scored his first goal ever. And I was very excited and I was jumping up and down and yay, Michael, I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy with you. He may interpret that. Does mommy only love me when I do well at sports? When I get a goal, when I run fast, that could become for him achievement based because he's interpreting my love as conditional. Maybe I do treat him better after he wins. I hope I don't, but maybe I do. So keeping in mind, these are perceptions through a child's eyes. And then we become adults, because Michael eventually, he's a good example right now. He's my 10-year-old, so he's my example of a child. I was that though once. So I have all my perceptions from a child's eyes, and now I'm this adult, and you know this, and I fall into primarily society-based esteem. I use my achievements to get people to like me, my boss primarily. I use my achievements to get someone to like me. I am more so society-based esteem. My achievement doesn't give me my worth, but my achievement gets someone else to like me, which gives me my worth. So keeping in mind, our children, my example today, grow up with these outside sources. So today's big message, I went longer today than typical. Today's big message is the only way to grow up believing your own inherent worth is to have had unconditional love in childhood, and a child does not interpret it that way. So we end up in these outside sources. Call me, email me, reach out to me in some way if you want to work on your outside sources, identify yours, and I can help you rewire them and make your decisions from a more healthy place. I don't like the word healthy, that's why I'm pausing, but that is what Your Decision Diva is all about. That is what my coaching on Your Decision Diva is about. I help you identify where your outside sources are and how they are affecting your decision making and how to make decisions from a different space in your brain. So as I said, I am Your Decision Diva. Go to yourdecisiondiva.com. That's where all my information is. And it's where you'll get a handy printout of all these lenses of self-esteem. I am Your Decision Diva. I am your queen of clarity. And I'll see you next time.